So we're just going to use the engine hoist to hold the engine while we lower the transmission with the jack. So that'll be a lot easier.
Hopefully.
We just had to move a lot of crap around is all.
I'm getting tired of your car, Jacob.
No, you're not. Other problem is we started having a slight water leak, and it was coming from passenger side of the engine, and we checked up and down. We checked the heater hoses, all the hoses around here, you know, the water inlets and everything, and we couldn't find anywhere water was coming from, which just sucks because that's probably just one of two things, and they both require some work. So what we found was we took the inspection plate off the transmission, and when we did, water fell out of it, and that basically just hammered in what our problem was. And what we do believe we have is just a leaking cast plug, or freeze plug, whatever you want to call them. But there are two. There's one above, which is right there, and that one was dry, so there's no way it was that one leaking, unfortunately, because that would be the easy one to get to. And then there's one behind the this little plate right here for the transmission side. But behind that plate, you have a secondary cast plug, freeze plug, gas plug, freeze plug. And Tyler mentioned that one was really dirty and greasy when we first cleaned up the block, and maybe that probably should have been included. Of course, we didn't think about it. We've only ever had problems with the rear cast plugs. Like, we replaced all these on this block before we ran it. So that sucks, and that is where we are at now. So everything you saw me probably put together is now everything that has to come back off. We're not going to pull the engine this time. We're just going to pull off the transmit out. Speaking of those birds, I think I got it. So we're just going to pull the transmission this time. So everything needs to really come off the top, and that's when we get started on. And then tomorrow Tyler's coming, and it shouldn't take us too long. It's really not too difficult, even though we haven't done it before, so it may take us longer than usual, but it's pretty straightforward. Jafro's got a nice video on how to remove the transmission with the block staying in, and some would say it's easier just to remove the whole engine, but we've never just removed the transmission by itself before, and I think Tyler's been itching to do that himself. So I'm gonna just get started on removing all the little things that we need gone off the top, and maybe the suspension tonight too. What we're gonna start with is taking off the intake. We wanna take off this upper intercooler pipe, remove the battery. Probably just get that out of the way. Disconnect it anyways. Get the shifter cables disconnected. On the bottom, we have to get the axles taken out, the transfer case taken off, and then the clutch slave has to come off, and also the starter on the back. So that's pretty much all there is to it, and then we have to hold up the engine and remove the 3 mounts. On the second gen engines, there's 3 mounts on the transmission, and of course you got your main mount on this side, driver's side of the block. So what you have to do is hold up the engine from this side underneath, and I'm not sure how we're going to do that. I think the car needs to be all the way up still. That's where we're starting off, so we'll go ahead and get started getting all this off. Yay! Without having the right wood, we can't support our engine. Darn. So we're just going to use the engine hoist to hold the engine while we lower the transmission with the jack. So that'll be a lot easier.
Hopefully.
We just had to move a lot of crap around is all.
I'm getting tired of your car, Jacob.
No, you're not. Because now you know what you have to look forward to with yours.
Not the same route.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I will not be going the same route.
Same thing, different problems. Alright, the transmission is out.
It's fun.
I think that's the hard part, hopefully.
I'm with it.
Yeah, clutch size is good.
I'll be jelly of all the torque.
And then I'll be jealous of all his revs when you build your 2.1. Look at my high speed! Too, Tyler.
I can hit 160 now.
Well, my torque will take me to 110 and 9 times flat.
Yeah, it would. In a hurry. Let's hope the diff holds up.
I'm not worried about the diff.
Oh, yeah, the transfer case and all that on that.
Diffs are cheap. The fucking transmissions that are becoming more of an issue these days and finding parts.
Pretty much. Yeah, it's definitely that one though. See? It's soaking wet right here. Not sure if it's... I don't know how the f that happened. This plug
Well,
has been beaten in, I can tell.
this plug has a pinhole in it, and that's the reasoning.
Yeah,
Moving the whole transmission just for a damn freeze plug.
yeah, for a f***ing pinhole that somebody else did. That's exactly what happened. This has been replaced, because this thing's all dented in the center.
Oh, so they probably installed it wrong.
Yeah, it caused a pinhole in it. It kind of looks like corrosion, but it also looks like somebody would try to shove it in there with something, and then it marred it, and then it worked its way up. Yeah, it's rotten. That's what it is. They threw it in there too raw. Probably didn't clean it off well enough or anything. Yep, that's what it is. A tiny ass pinhole. I'll take you a picture.
Yeah. So even though that we were replacing a cast plug, freeze plug, we're also going to switch out the plate that we're using. This one was for an automatic, and we had to drill it out to use for this engine.
As you can clearly tell, I shoved the starter to fit too.
And the starter didn't really want to fit in there, so it's all bent in and everything. So we're going to go ahead and switch out to the correct plate. This will be used for a different engine.
Or just not used ever again.
Yeah, that too.
I like how that pinhole just decided to give away. It's the pinhole leaking, not the hole I just made. I just gave it air to breathe. Oh, that's fun. There you go. Gurgle me, bitch.
So what?
Gurgle me, bitch. Oh, I actually broke the screwdriver.
That's okay.
And oh god. She be a pissing.
Stick to the walking blocks that you're used to. I know you're gonna have right knock on nothing at all. Because you're addicted to boost. You're like the child protective services of the freeze plug world.
Yeah, sure.
You're up, Mr. Block. We see that you haven't been taking care of your freeze plugs, so we want to take them away. Yay! New one's in. Went in pretty good. Just a little RTV around the sides. So now it's the fun part of putting everything back together.
I'm putting the screw right there.
No, I really wish you wouldn't.
Okay, there.
Yeah, okay.
All this for a damn freeze plug.
Yeah, at least we're on the home stretch going back now.
Yeah.
Let's just reverse order everything.
Once the transmission's back in, yeah, you can take over. That's going to be the heave-ho part. Heave-ho! Part nobody's going to like.
Who's heaving? Why is he a hole?
Pretty much. I've asked that question for years.
Oh, I didn't catch it, but I did manage. Can't get off that damn freeze plug.
Yeah, that was pretty abrupt.
We thought it was going to take all day, and I
We got mad.
said no.
We got mad. He did big boy things.
You got a flathead in there and really tried and finally let go. It was really corroded. I hope the others aren't like that. At least that bad.
Pretty much.
Alright, so with transmission back in, all the hard parts are done. It's just putting it back together now. Well, that was a heck of a lot of work for just a freeze plug, but got it done. What you didn't see was we took off the transmission a second time, and I'll talk about that in the next one. But that'll be it for today. I'll see y'all next time. Like, share, subscribe, and, well, keep following. See ya.